Baller Scholar Podcast.
All right, we're
As
live.
it sounds,
We're live.
because of John
Podcast.
Morant being 55%.
We're live.
We're live.
Pre-show jitters.
Oh, Stock Talk.
Josh Jackson.
Coming on the mic with Stock Talk. What?
This
Danny.
lineup is insane.
Shut the
But it's not even going to do that
fuck
well.
up,
Josh,
my guy.
Josh or Matt, you guys want to introduce our new segment, Stock Talk?
Maybe we
Or
should
S- or
introduce our
Steve.
first guest ever on the podcast.
Oh my God, he's nervous.
Our full-time
Wait, should we-
unpaid
should we-
graphics intern, Steven Higgins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually facts.
Welcome to the show, Steven.
You gotta be careful, man. No, you're good. Hey, thanks for having me. It's good to be here in your room.
On your podcast.
that cut out a little bit. You want to do that again?
Oh, he's got one
Oh,
lined up.
You're talking. There's so much dead air here.
Why didn't you have
Bro,
it queued up already?
Matt cuts it, bro.
Introduce him when we actually.
Holy fuck! This mic cord makes my
No.
shit way louder.
No,
Did
man.
Isaac Okoro have the worst stat
Oh
line
my
of all
God,
time?
bro! I think that's why my shit was always
Did-
so quiet because it was the cord.
Oh.
Some cheese.
I
Like
have to
6
think of two
episodes.
things.
Can we? I think you guys need more humor in this. Can I start with a joke?
It
please
keeps cutting
do.
out because you're grabbing the cord, bro.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Okay.
Finally.
I wrote this.
Guys, Steven thinks that there hasn't been enough comedy, so here we go.
Yeah, we need some more jokes in here. I tell you what, my wife and I share the same sense of humor. We have to because she doesn't have one.
Ugh. Yeah, our audience is like divorced men.
I don't think I understood that, but we're gonna have to move on.
I'll pull up a couple other ones.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
We'll- quick
So,
cut to Steve.
Steven,
We'll
what
toss it to Steve. with
All
the
right,
joke.
stock talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk b-ball.
We are going to
I actually love that.
introduce Stock Talk, a very fun, interactive game that the audience can actually play at home if they wanted to.
Don't we?
That was created by our very own Matt.
This idea is patented, by the way, so you can't. Anyone
You have
out there
to
can't
ask.
steal
You have
it.
to
I'll
ask.
send you the spreadsheet. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna
Twitter.
sell it to ESPN for.
We're
$1
going to be
million.
doing our annual 4-team NBA fantasy draft.
Huge.
Are we doing that right now? What's going on?
We're
No,
going
we're
out tonight. We're going to be
introducing.
doing it.
Oh, we're just talking about. it.
And we are
I'm
going
really
to be
nervous
talking
for that.
about Isaac Okoro having quite possibly the worst stat line of all time. And we don't
Cavs-
care about defensive impact.
Cavs Nation coming
Today.
to defense.
Yeah.
Why does
Welcome
he
to the
play?
Baller Scholar Podcast.
Thanks, Brian. Oh, Jesus.
All right,
No, that was good. That was good.
And here's some
going
smooth
into our
jazz.
first segment of the day.
Jazz.
Matt Lowry, tell
All right.
everybody about
Let's
Stock Talk.
Let's talk stock talk. Finally, I can't believe we got the first intro down. Nailed it.
Took a while.
Yeah. All right, stock talk is basically a game where you invest in teams.
Wow, this guy is making me laugh. Huh?
All right, here we go, Matt. Stock Talk.
So stock talk's a game that we play. That basically you invest in teams based on their estimated wins coming out of Las Vegas. So stock talk is a game that basically you invest in a team based on their estimated wins coming out of Las Vegas, and if they get above the estimated win total, you win, and if they lose more than you invest, then you also lose.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so each of us started with $200 or wins. So we invest in a team. So if the Nets are estimated 45.5 wins in the 72-game season, so you would spend 45.5 wins or dollars on them. And if they get above that, you can sell it, make a profit. And if they don't, then you're going to lose, probably to Josh. And that's tough.
Because I was smart with my words,
Josh.
you know?
Although you did invest in
Why?
the Nets. So as we go along, we have a little formula going that basically produces a buy and sell price. Right now it's a little erratic because there's a small sample size. So 10 games into the season, we'll be able to sell some of our stocks depending on how our teams are doing. Get a little profit, maybe reinvest into the market.
Possible, not like non-profit.
Or non-profit.
I don't think non-profit
God,
is
I
the
don't know
correct
if
term,
anyone's- I
but
hope
We're
not
starting a
for anyone.
non-profit also.
I think we all have pretty good selections here.
Well, we all
Oh,
no one has any
shit.
unique like some unique ones, but a lot of them overlap. We all picked the Warriors, which is not looking good so far.
Oh fuck!
All picked the Wizards.
I just picked
also
the
not
Warriors because
looking
you
good
guys
so
picked
far.
the Warriors.
well, the Warriors at 36.5 seemed like it was.
Well, here's the
They would
thing.
have to go. That's them going above 500.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
And
that
on
seemed
paper,
like-
they should.
Yeah.
I think they figure it out.
Really
But
quickly,
anyways.
before we get into
Yeah.
our picks and whatnot, I think an example of how this works, just in case we lost people, is with the 200 wins. Say you want to do the over/under of the Miami Heat, who are at 44.5, and you think they're going to get more than 44.5 wins, which would be 45 and up. You would invest in them, so that would take away 44.5 wins from your 200 wins that you were given at the beginning. And obviously, you cannot spend more than the 200 wins. So the only person that had any left over was Josh. Actually, I think,
Yeah, you had a little. I actually invested all of it. I'm all in,
yeah.
which is not working out so far for me. But
So most of us invested in 6. Josh invested in 5 teams. That's what left him over with 7.5 wins. So let's start with Scott. Let's talk about your picks and how you did them. Talk about it and the strategies that went into it.
I just want to go. This spreadsheet is all tricked out now. Lowry,
Yeah.
Huh?
yeah, I got the market.
So right at the top. Oh, holy fuck! This is sick. Where are my selections? There. I got 'em.
Just go to results. That's where we're going to be chilling for now. Because we don't have to worry about anything
oh.
Shit, man.
for now.
Wait, so is it? I'm looking at. We want total wins. So Josh is winning right now. Total wins 12.5.
Right. But he started with 7.5 left over because he didn't invest
Got it.
all 200.
Got it.
So you're winning right now. You have the best win percentage, and your portfolio is worth the most.
That's what we're looking for at the end of the day, right? The
Right.
Portfolio
So like if you sold all of your teams right now, you'd have 217.
Got it. And so basically that's what we're gonna do at the end of the season. We sell our teams.
Well, we'll get to the point like 10, 20 games in where you can sell
Right.
if you want.
All right. Oh, essentially, we sell and then that's it. So we sell.
You
and
get it
then-
back.
You
and
can
you can
sell and you can
reinvest
have more.
Yeah.
into a better team,
or you just sell it when you think it's at a high point.
Yes,
All right,
exactly.
all right.
Exactly.
Like Brian and your stocks, and your
the
pharmaceutical
stonks.
stocks.
Yes, exactly. That's insider trading. I think they cut that.
Sponsored by Takeda.
Yeah, I'll talk about my picks a little bit. I have the Nets, Warriors, Pelicans, Wizards, Hornets, and Cavs. I only picked the Warriors because you guys picked the Warriors.
Well,
Probably
Not something
shouldn't
you
have-
want to say.
Probably shouldn't have picked.
Well, maybe
probably shouldn't have seen those picks.
maybe that's a strategic kind of thing, though. In a
it absolutely
game,
was
you know?
strategic. Because I was thinking like
you
I
can't
don't
win or lose at that point with them.
exactly.
Is that why you waited to go last when we with
Yeah,
all of this
I
stuff?
actually high key cheated at this game.
Nah, you invested before the season.
In terms of some of the different picks I have on here, I'm the only one to pick the Hornets, and I'm hoping that works out for me. Their win over the Nets the other day seems to be
Mm-hmm.
potentially, what's the word I'm looking for?
Encouraging.
Encouraging
Mm-hmm.
for this. So I went with, what was that, 6 teams? Josh, you went with 5 teams. You chose some of the higher teams in some of the better teams in the league.
Yeah.
But I wanted to choose 6, and I think I got to the point where I actually had $26 or $27 or wins left to spend, and I chose the Hornets because I'm confident in Gordon Hayward. I think he's going to be an all-star, and right now Terry and Devontae Graham are looking pretty good.
They do look really good.
LaMelo on the bench is a pretty solid 6-man, maybe. We got some comedians in the crowd tonight, ladies. and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
we're looking at pictures of Nikola Jokic when he was like a fat 13-year-old.
Oh, I used that at the end of one of our podcasts, and I don't know
Yeah,
if anyone
yeah,
looked
yeah.
at it or not.
I
But
saw.
And there's a picture of a horse next to him for some reason. Maybe just for scale.
And the last thing I'll say is, if the Nets are healthy, I'm very confident they'll be the best team in the league. So I chose them. And at 45 wins, I think they'll easily break into the 50 range. Pelicans, I felt really good about with Zion, if Zion's healthy this year. And Cavs, me and Matt got those Cavs in there, baby.
That's looking real good right
That's
now.
looking real good. But
come on.
I think for my team,
They beat the Hornets. They beat the Pistons.
Sixers without Embiid.
And they beat the Sixers without Embiid.
Wins are
Okay.
wins,
dude,
bro.
Wins are wins, 100%, especially in this game. But
I do
are they
think
looking that good? I don't know.
I do think my portfolio at the end of the day is defined by that Hornets team, and I'm hoping that they prove. to
I actually
be a
like
good,
that pick.
Good investment.
I like that pick.
Yeah, thanks.
I think that
Invest
they're
in 'em.
not a great team, obviously, especially with that low win total. But I think that Gordon is showing that like a lot of promise. You know, I mean that's what I want. I mean I wasn't expecting him to be like. I mean it's only 3 games so far,
Right, but he has a
and
chance.
he's
to lead a
averaged
team
now
again.
like 24 points or whatever.
With
But-
a fractured
Exactly.
finger, too.
yeah. So
Exactly.
I mean,
Thanks,
he's,
Josh.
He's rebounding, assisting. I think that's a good pick. I
Thanks, buddy.
mean, I think that they should definitely get to like probably around 30 wins at
Yeah.
least, honestly.
I feel the same.
Yeah, looking at mine right now, they're by far the worst. It's gonna be bad.
Timberwolves Kings at the bottom.
Yeah, they both
So
suck
far, so
though. I
good.
mean, looking at it, I like picked three teams that I don't project to be in the playoffs. I picked in my over under, which like that doesn't like really check out. Wizards I like. I think they could get hot. Warriors like I don't like anymore. Jazz I love. I'm stuck on the Jazz, but like
You like Jazz?
Grizzlies especially like, you know.
Sorry.
I don't know. I don't really like it. And Kings, especially, like they're tanking. Like they're known to be like tanking this season. I think they want to so they can get a higher pick. That's just like I don't know. It's shitty. I don't like my picks right now.
Well, Brian,
But
we have like 3
hopefully-
of the same.
Who's
So I
tanking?
feel
Hopefully,
kinda
we
attacked by
can
that.
turn it around.
I don't hate your picks.
I do.
I don't either.
I really don't. I mean, now,
I actually don't like the Jazz.
I was
Jaw
gonna say,
just-
I don't,
Jaw
the
just-
Jazz is the one.
yeah, I don't love the Jazz either. But Jaw
A little
just
breaking
twisted his
news.
ankle.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
X-ray
ankle
just came
sprain.
back though.
Was it
No break.
no break?
That's
so that's
huge.
good. But I mean, in a 72 game season,
He could miss a
misses
month and a
few
half,
weeks
2
and,
months.
Yeah, a month and a half. That's really not great for the
Sell
Grizzlies, and
now.
that's also not good for.
Sell,
I don't
honestly,
know
sell
about
now.
our potential thoughts on the Grizzlies being a playoff team. I don't think that I'm expecting them to be a playoff team, but that definitely hurts
Yeah.
their chance. Once again, especially when there's 10 games less. If he were to miss 10 games, then it's just like
They're gonna go like 3-7 probably.
yeah, a lot harder. Potentially, I mean, we don't know the schedule off the top of our heads, but
Yeah.
That
I
would
invested in the
definitely work.
Grizzlies too.
yeah. I
Hmm.
went the
Honestly,
route
so-
of
You went top
five.
heavy.
I went top heavy. 5 teams instead of everyone else who went with 6, because I picked teams that I'm expecting to be in the playoffs. Except I also took the Hawks, who I'm not entirely sold on when it comes to the playoffs.
3-0.
But it's funny because I think the Wizards would be in it over them, but they are not looking great so far,
No.
to say the least. What are they now? 1-2?
Wizards.
Yeah.
0-3.
0-3. Yeah. So that's definitely
To
not a good
bat,
start.
Not even good teams.
Not a good start. So I took the Nets with 45.5, Raptors with 41.5, Warriors with 36.5, Hawks with 36.5, Wizards with 32.5, and looking back, Hawks with 36.5.
It's a little generous.
That's a lot.
Although
But
we came
now,
in thinking the Hawks.
Yeah,
were
now
good.
the
bro.
Hawks are
Yeah.
3-0,
They are.
so they're looking good. They were doing that without Capella. Capella comes back. Now they're doing it without Gallinari. So I mean,
That's-
they haven't beat like anyone that
Yeah.
impressive. But I mean, they just beat the Pistons tonight. So it's a similar thing with the Cavs, where it's like, are they legit? Are they not? But I mean, we're yet to see. I think that they're more legit than the Cavs. But I don't know if 36.5. I mean,
Yeah.
that's going up. above 500, and there's
Right.
the East is pretty good now. So,
Josh, we were the only ones to pick the Nets. Do you want to talk about that selection?
well, I just think that at 45.5, it's too low.
Yeah,
That's how I felt. And now after watching Spencer Dinwiddie gets hurt, we watched the Nets just lose to the Hornets, and now it's not looking as good as I thought. I still think that they have no problem getting over 45.5 wins, but at the same time, I don't think they're after like the first 2 wins, blowout wins against the Warriors and Celtics. I was expecting that to be like I was expecting them to go like 62 and 10
Powerhouse.
kind of thing. That's how good they looked. They looked really good.
I know.
Obviously,
I know.
Spencer Dinwiddie actually does affect them because that takes away depth.
one of their top 7 guys.
And
What was
depth
his
is like a
injury?
huge
Yeah.
thing with them.
What was his injury?
Torn ACL.
Partially.
Are you fucking? How did I miss that?
You weren't looking at
Out for-
basketball
it was
yesterday.
out
Out
for
this
season?
morning. Yeah. Maybe
Sorry,
out
Brian.
for-
I had a special day yesterday.
No, I get it, and that's
Me and
Shout out to May. She listens to the podcast.
that's no, she doesn't. Hey, mate.
I drove past her today and she didn't wave at me. Let the record show. Yeah.
He tore his fucking ACL. He's out for season.
Well, here's my thing with
Fucking hell.
the thing with the Nets too is like one of the best rosters in the league, but with Katie and Kyrie resting so much, I don't know if they're gonna make the playoffs.
Wait.
I
this
don't see-
fucking Fucks up.
I think they'll be
everything.
around. I think you're right, probably like 50. But if they're resting them on back to backs,
And you just
Yeah. No,
That's
All
gonna hurt
you,
your
all
win
you need
totals.
is one of them, though.
I think that.
especially both at the same time.
Well,
which is
at the end of the day,
God, that's a fucking
you're playing
huge
for
hit.
they want to win a championship.
right.
They're playing for seeding too.
That's going to come down in the East.
so-
It's going to be important.
So I feel like by the end of the season, they won't be resting as much, especially because they're both going to be getting healthier and healthier as the season goes on. So I don't think they'll be resting as much. I know what you mean, though. That's like definitely
It's a
not a good
concern.
thing. I mean, now they lost last night
They're
to the
down in
Hornets, and now
OT
they're
right
down in
now.
OT with 3 seconds to go to the Grizzlies. So they're about to be 2-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not great.
But it's small sample size.
Yep.
You also have the Raptors, 0-2.
That
Are you worried? I also have
Um,
the Raptors, and
I couldn't pick them.
I
just
was a
think
big
once
believer in the
again-
Raptors.
I just think once again, like for them to go 42-30,
Mhm.
that just doesn't sound like it's like too hard to me
Mm-mm.
for like the team like that. And I mean, they lost to a team that I think is like decently legit, the Pelicans, and then a
Mhm.
team that I don't think is supposed to be even good at all, but they've looked pretty good so far in the Spurs. So I mean, it's the Raptors should pick it up. I mean, I think they will, but once again, like every win counts, every loss really does hurt.
And Nick
So-
Nurse, is going to play his guys 40 minutes a game too, so
Yeah,
that always helps.
Yeah.
Like he's not resting anyone.
Yeah, for me, my argument against picking against them was that, thinking about last season, nobody expected them to be in the playoffs. Like people had them low in the standings if they
Oh
did.
right, yeah, because Kawhi leaving.
And I think for a lot of people, like, yeah, they believed in them, but for part of me thinks like it was kind of lucky. And I can't see them being another top seed in the East this year.
Mhm.
I can see them making the playoffs, but as a lower seed.
Yeah, I don't like that team at all.
Because they
I
almost
think
beat the Celtics.
And the East got a bit stronger.
Right.
They had room to grow as a team.
Raptors.
Last year, yeah, Raptors. But I think this year, I can't see Fred VanVleet getting that much better. The only person I think that could really take another step up is OG Anunoby.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pascal is good. I don't see him getting that much better.
Yeah,
I might
Kyle
get I
Lowry.
might get some heat for this, but I actually don't think he's that great.
Pascal,
Yeah, I
No.
think he had a hot start to last season
and then
slowed down.
and then
I think that-
playoffs showed that he he struggled.
Terrible
Exactly.
bubble.
And
Yeah.
now we're in similar settings to the bubble, and maybe that's what it is.
Pascal feeds off the fans.
Maybe that's what it
also-
is. The fans love
Sucks in
Pascal.
a vacuum.
Spicy P.
He was put in a tough narrative, though, too. It's your favorite word, Josh.
Thank you.
Meaning Kawhi left, and they were like, "Oh, it's all right. Pascal can save us. Like he's our new Kawhi." Those are hard
Well,
shoes to fill.
So yeah, I agree with that. That
New
is
Balance
definitely hard
shoes to
shoes.
fill.
New Balance, yeah, it's definitely hard to fill that. But he started off. I mean, he was
Brian,
an all-star.
you can't
last
do that, my guy.
Why? My lips are dry.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but he definitely. Those are definitely hard shoes to fill, and like and that's what people are expecting to do because he was coming off Most Improved Player. He had a good season, but at the same time, he did actually do that. You know, like he was for like I remember probably 20 games through the season last year, he was probably averaging like 25 points. I think.
Yeah, he was
Right.
an all-star.
Yeah, he was an all-star.
Right.
So like he kind of did that,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
and I think that it slowed down a lot. I think
You're
that
right.
also has to do with that like Fred VanVleet became like
Yeah.
like I think he got better and better statistically and
Right.
Just
Right.
play more.
Yeah.
Played more.
yeah
He played like a
more.
star last season.
Yeah, and then that really changed like the whole situation with Pascal. I think that Pascal was like the number one guy for like the first half of the season. Then in the second half, it became more of like he was like, especially in the playoffs, he was like number 3 to
Yeah.
Lowry and Van Vliet.
Oh, you
Right.
forget about Lowry too. Like when we talk about that.
Yeah,
I mean, Lowry eventually.
Oh,
he's a
down.
dog.
But he's a
dude.
dog. He's a workhorse, and
What are his stats this year?
yeah.
They really shouldn't have gone worse. I feel like Serge was kind of a big departure, but like Marc Gasol, I feel like they won't miss. Aaron Baines is better than him, just younger. I
I
feel
think
like
you
and
miss
just
Serge.
more
And, like,
physical.
Serge is that guy.
Like Chris Boucher's had a great game the other
Oh,
day
I do
too,
like
though.
him. That's another guy I like. But how much of a step up can Chris Boucher take for that?
Yeah. I'll make a case for the Warriors, maybe to.
Guys,
Resident
sorry.
jokester,
Our resident funny guy, Steven Higgins, is being funny. Resident funny guy. Get over here.
Mac, go on about
I'll
the
make a
Warriors.
case for the Warriors.
Ugh.
Draymond hasn't played yet. You would
Yeah.
you would
yeah,
assume
yeah.
Wiggins and Oubre will make a 3-pointer at some point.
What is Oubre's stat right now? 4 for.
He's 7 from 40 just from the
Oh
field.
my god.
that's definitely not good.
They
Not gonna
and
cut it.
so far they haven't lost a game they're supposed to have won. Like they played Bucks Nets.
Well, especially
and they
without
beat the Bulls.
without Draymond.
So really, they're not any place that we wouldn't expect them to be just on paper yet.
That's a good point.
And they
That's
got
a very
rid of
good
2
point.
contenders already.
Yeah,
And with a short preseason and no summer league, Wiseman has adjusted to
Right.
NBA style of basketball.
That's
Pretty
coming off
quick.
injury.
He
yeah. We
actually
also have
looks
to remember
pretty
that
good.
Steph Curry played 5 games last season,
Right.
Yeah.
and
He's finding a stroke.
Yep,
the last
yep.
time he played in an NBA game before last week was March, where he played in I believe 2 games,
Right.
and then before that was October of 2019.
So Warriors
he's
might
played
be late season investment, maybe.
I'll
Mid-season
yeah.
investment.
Yeah.
I'll
second
even say
half kind of
too.
team,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait.
Especially if Clay's Achilles gets unruptured.
So
becomes
in,
a cyborg.
That would be awesome.
in Stock Talk, if you reinvest in a team, or if you invest in a new team halfway through the season, do you pick up? Where do you pick up their? Do you start from in the mid? Like they're fucking hell. This is really tough.
What?
I'm nervous and
That's
I
fine.
can't talk.
I know it's complicated.
If you pick up a team halfway through the season,
Right.
the points that they give you, is that going to be from like their whole season stats, or is it going to be from the point that you buy them?
From the point that you buy them. So like
Really? Holy fuck! So if
Yeah.
they're on if the Warriors are
so
on
you
a hot
want to
streak,
buy
you want to
low.
buy.
Well, yeah.
Buy low, sell high. Holy shit! This game is sick.
It's cool. Hopefully it works.
Matt
You know,
Lowry
who knows?
just
It's
earned
just
a job
spreadsheet.
at
There's
the
no
ESPN
science to this. This isn't a real
fantasy-
thing, people.
Matt Lowry, ESPN fantasy and marketing director.
I'm gonna be the like Matt Berry of.
That's fucking facts, bro.
I don't think you want to be Matt Berry. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
If that's a career choice. When we have the Cavs, dude, you want to talk about that? We didn't really.
There's
Whoa,
nothing,
22 and a
There's
half.
nothing. What? Dude,
Infamously called the
22
Cleveland
is
Cavaliers.
real. 22 and a half. That's 22 and 50.
Right. And like
I think
the
that's way too
the
low. for
Thunder
them.
had the
I think
same
they win
thing. You're
30
telling me this
games.
Cavs team's not. When you think about it, I mean,
Dude, Drummond alone
it's
is
a big deal.
is a big deal. I think. Yeah.
And we've seen already Sexton and Garland.
Kind of go
backcourt.
off. Yeah.
Isaac
New
Okoro
backcourt,
can
you know what their new
defend.
nickname is?
Sexland.
Yeah, Sexland.
Actually?
According to Larry Nance.
My friend Steven loves sex.
Oh my God. Wait. Quick anecdote. Steven Higgins.
Steven has sex. Let's do it. Talk about it.
Sex chat. And our new game, Sex Chat, where we talk about uncomfortable topics with our intern.
How much can you bench these days?
Not until marriage.
How much can you bench?
I don't know.
Are we good on stock talk? Does anyone have any plans?
Yeah,
like,
I have
any,
a question.
schemes?
So, Steve,
questions?
Well,
if
yeah.
you had the option to invest in
Holy
any
shit.
of these teams, who would be your team to invest in right now? There we go. That's all the teams right here.
I got to go with the San Antonio Spurs. I tell you what, I love their jerseys.
Really?
And
oh, right.
that
the
one
new ones.
time, Ginobili caught the bat.
Yeah.
Too bad he couldn't do that in Wuhan.
Off the cuff.
Off the rip.
Well, actually,
Holy
they
You heard it here
shit.
first.
they
Ladies
Investors.
and
determined that
gentlemen,
it might have
ladies
been
and
a-
gentlemen.
it might have been a pangolin, not a bat.
Oh my
I
God.
actually don't think there is any.
Our
What's
resident
up with it
fucking
anyway, you know?
animal nerd, Josh
I thought you
Mail.
meant at first
The
Manu
fuck
Ginobili
is
swiped
a
a pangolin
pangolin?
out of the air in the Spurs arena.
Yeah, I like the Spurs too, honestly.
Yeah, actually, good segue,
Let's
Steve.
talk about
How, dude, it's gonna be so.
season prediction.
It's gonna be so hard to
Are
wait.
we gonna-
Wait.
we can cut.
Briefly with stock talk. It's gonna be so hard to keep track of buying and selling. No.
No, we'll just post it. And
Well,
this is I'm buying.
I don't know. It depends on how often you plan on doing it.
Actually, do it every day.
Yeah. I mean,
Buy
you-
low, sell high.
I
Baby.
mean, you could actually do are the Lakers gonna win tonight? I'll invest in them, get that one win, and then
Holy
sell
fuck.
them, I guess. But,
All right.
so that's stock talk. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, Steven hated that segment.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Baller Scholar Podcast. Cheese, some cheese.
You just listened to another episode of the Baller Scholar Podcast.